Gemini just destroyed all of the other LLMs in these tests and has made Silicon Valley start to panic. But are all these tests actually legit, or could they have possibly been conducted by some completely objective and fair Google engineers that had absolutely no reason to lie? Well, in this video, I will perform my own test so we can actually find out the real results. Let's start with the reasoning test, where we can see that Gemini scores significantly higher than the other models. The question I will ask to the LLMs is, there are only 3 sisters in a room with no electric devices. Sarah, the first one, is playing guitar. Nikki, the second one, is playing chess against a very experienced opponent. What is the third sister, Linda, doing? I would assume that someone as smart as you would definitely know the answer to that, right? I'm sure you do, but let's see what the LLM said. Let's start with ChatGPT. I gave it this question, and its answer was that Linda is the one playing chess against Nikki, which is actually the correct answer. Then I gave the same exact question to Claude, and I got the same exact response. Then it was Gemini's time. I gave it the same question, and again, it answered correctly. So maybe the question I asked them was just too easy. So I decided to increase the difficulty and ask a question that LLMs usually struggle with. I said, here we have a book, 9 eggs, a laptop, a bottle, and a nail. Please tell me how to stack them on top of each other in a stable manner. ChatGPT's answer was, the first layer should be the book, which is correct. The second should be the laptop, again correct. The third one should be the bottle. And the fourth one should be the eggs placed around the bottle, which actually doesn't make any sense, because we want the items stacked on top of each other and not one next to the other. So ChatGPT failed this test. Let's go over to Claude. I asked it the same question and it said, first the book, then the laptop. Then position the bottle horizontally on top of the book. Then place the eggs around the bottle, which again is not what we asked for. So Claude fails this test as well. Then it's Gemini's time. I gave it the exact same question and this was its answer. First layer, the book. Second layer, the laptop. Third layer, placing the eggs on top of the laptop. Fourth layer, placing the bottle horizontally on top of the eggs. And then for the fifth layer, placing the nail, which is the correct answer. That means that Gemini 2.5 is the only LLM that was able to solve this problem and is the winner of the reasoning test. But now it's time for every LLM's worst nightmare, the coding test. People claim to have made all of these games using Gemini with just one single prompt. I don't know what kind of prompt wizards these people are, but I'm planning to make a simpler ask from the LLMs. I will say, I want you to write code in HTML about a game that takes place in space. There's a rocket and there are big rocks coming towards it. You should be able to dodge these rocks with the arrow keys. Make the game have actually good graphics. It should look like a rocket ship, the rocks should look like rocks, and the background should be space. First I ran a prompt on ChatGPT and it gave me this code, which when I previewed it, it gave me this game, which, if I'm actually gonna be honest, looks like shit. There aren't any actual visuals in this game, just these weird blocks of text that represent the rocks and the rocket. Also, the movement of the supposed rocket with the arrow keys is very laggy and slow, so ChatGPT fails this test. Then we have Claude, which is actually well known for its excellent coding ability and actually scored higher than Gemini in most of the coding tests. So I gave it the same prompt and it got back this block of code and it gave me this rocket game. You can see the spaceship and the rocks very clearly. Also, the background is actually space, exactly as we asked, so it definitely passes the visual check. Also, the movement with the arrow keys is very smooth on this game and actually feels enjoyable to play. So Claude definitely passes the coding test. And now it's Gemini's time. I gave it the exact same prompt and I got back this block of code. But because you can't actually run code inside Gemini, I had to copy it, paste it inside a text document, save it as HTML, and then open it up in my browser. You can see there is a rocket and multiple rocks coming towards us at different speeds as well, which is very nice. Also, the background is space, exactly as we wanted. And the movement with the arrow keys is super smooth as well. So Gemini definitely passes this test as well.